You know, a question that mankind has asked itself through its history is, if there is a god, is it possible for that god to make mistakes? And I've always considered the answer to be yes, with myself as proof. But today, I have encountered something else that could be considered proof of this, as we will be playing Taz-Mania for Game Gear for an hour. We will be trying it out. This is the attract mode we're seeing here of a minecart level. I'm not playing at the moment, but I will be. Taz-Mania, the search for the lost seabirds. It was made by Who Cares and released, it says it on the screen. We're gonna play it. Let's do it. Let's play a game. Here we go. There's Taz. I am Taz. There's a boulder coming after me, and it kills me. I can also become a tornado, but that drains my health. See on the lower left? My health is draining when I'm in tornado form. So everything kills me, including, like, water. See? Oh, that hurt me. But there's bottles of water. I can eat them and get health, but then the boulder comes and gets me. I have to keep ahead of the boulder. I can jump. I can also do that. I can use the tornado to be invincible and go through things. And also to keep ahead of the boulder. Being a tornado will destroy the health pickups, though, so I have to watch out for that. Alright, give me that health. Listen to that wonderful Game Gear audio chip. I'm out of health, so I cannot tornado anymore. But can I make this jump? I can. And I'm through a cave. That's stage 1. Here's the minecart level that we saw before. I have to go up and down in the minecart to not die. Taz is very fragile, you understand. We all know this from the cartoons, where Taz would die upon anything touching him. That's how those cartoons would always go. Taz would be a tornado, then Bugs Bunny would trick Taz into not being a tornado, and then Bugs Bunny would murder Taz by, like, touching him. We all remember how those cartoons went. This is an accurate portrayal. Now, I get... Since this is called Taz-Mania, I assume it's based on the Taz cartoon from the early 90s, which I never saw. But I have to assume that I have to assume this all checks out. This is all canonical Taz material. Did I restart that? Yeah, I think I restarted it. I guess I have to find the correct places to go. So let's see. Can I, like, get onto other tracks? Whoops, I killed myself by smashing Taz into that. Game over. I was on the second stage out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sega. Whoop, no, I destroyed the health. Just like in Gauntlet, you have to make sure you do not shoot the health. Taz has to make sure he does not tornado through the health. I'm out of health now, I can't tornado. I got hit by water, and here comes the boulder. I think it's like a little mouse on the boulder. So it's not just a random boulder, it's that that mouse on the boulder is attempting to murder Taz. Which, I mean, I can understand. Taz is dangerous. Taz has probably eaten many of his kind, so I can't really blame him about that. Taz does not live without sin. He must be judged. And if that mouse is his judge and executioner, well, who am I to disagree with that? But I did not... wrong button. I tornadoed into the health. Almost made it to that ledge. Okay, now I got the water. I ate the entire bottle. I died. I could not rev up into tornado form fast enough. You know, there's a reason why console makers tend to have some very basic forms of quality control. And granted, those quality control tend to be, does it start up? Does it damage the system? Sure. But at the same time, when you're competing against the other console makers, you know, sometimes games come out that just make your platform look bad. Not to say that that's the case with Taz-Mania for Game Gear. This is obviously a game that when people would see it in the Toys R Us, they would say, "Mom, throw this Game Boy bullshit in the garbage. I'm getting a Game Gear." It's exactly what happened. Sega! You know, thinking about bad licensed games, not that this is one. Not that this is one. But something that occurs to me is when people say, "Oh, you ever play E.T. for the Atari 2600? Worst game ever, am I right?" And it's like, no, you're not right. Oh, no, you're not. I destroyed the water. When it comes to the sound chip of the Game Gear / Sega Master System, I was never really a fan of its particular tone. I feel... Oh, I was pressed the wrong button again. I was never really a fan of its particular tone. I feel like it's a little difficult to get a real good sound out of it, but I'm not sure what's going on here in terms of the audio, in terms of the soundscape that's being presented for us here in Taz-Mania for Game Gear. It's truly evoking the feeling of being in the wilderness of Taz-Mania, along with the Tasmanian devil with us. I feel like I'm really there, with Taz attempting to evade the boulder. I feel like the music is meant to represent Taz's... Okay, we can do that. We can take other paths. I feel like the music is meant to represent Taz's chaotic state of mind. Like, it's not supposed to sound pleasant. It's supposed to put you in the mind space of Taz. That's... Needed to press the button there. This is just the sound of living as Taz. This is just what it's like to be him. That looks like a dead end, regardless of whether or not I killed myself there. Alright, so I guess the idea here is that you just, you know, have to do that level until you finally find the correct path. Just keep doing it. And since there are no continues or anything, you do have to start from the first level. Each time you want to take another crack at it. You know, that's good. They're doing you a favor, because all that means is that you are going to become so good at the first level. You're going to become a world champ at this first level of Taz-Mania for Game Gear, because you've had to do it so many times. I can't even begin to tell you how proficient you will be at getting past this boulder stage after doing it enough times. Jump, Taz! Jump for your life! He just made it. Was scared for Taz. Alright, let's try going up only once. Not twice. You know, I feel like I'm not getting the real Taz-Mania for Game Gear experience here. Like, shouldn't I be playing this on a Game Gear's actual screen? I can't imagine how wonderful this side-scrolling, this fast side-scrolling would have looked on that early 90s LCD screen. Actually, considering that this is a Game Gear game, I guess actually what this music is it's the theme of getting further than you ever have in Taz-Mania for Game Gear, and then realizing that you have like 5 minutes left on the batteries. Oh, wait, did we do it? We got out of the mines. Oh Oh no, we're snowboarding with a Santa hat for some reason. Okay, I can tornado while I'm jumping. I landed on a spike. Ow. I wonder if that's... No, that's an enemy. Are the fish... Yeah, the fish, I guess, probably are health ups. Okay, I can kill those guys by landing on them, I guess. Well, actually, I don't know if the fish are health. They might be, like, banana peels or something. Like, fulfill that role. Well, nothing happened when I landed on it. Oh, what? Did I hit that tree? Okay, yeah, that tree was in the way. The other trees were not in the way. That one was. I landed on that rock. So this is not the only Taz-Mania game. I have to assume that the ones that were released on, you know, the consoles, the actual consoles, were probably had a little bit more put into them than this. I guess I don't know that for sure. I got killed by that tree. Press start. Sega. Yeah, the weird thing is that Taz's walking animation actually looks pretty good. Then there's, you know, everything else around him. I was not able to get away from him. I wonder if the way this story ends is Taz realizes that he is in purgatory. He's in a hellish loop of his own doing where he has to pay for his sins, and then the ending is a screen of the curator saying, well, it seems like our Tasmanian friend. Some kind of pun regarding tornadoes, maybe? I don't know. I can't really think of one right now. You may wonder why I'm bypassing the health. It's because the animation to take the health takes too long. When the boulder is on screen, you will not get it in time. Alright, so we wanted to go up only once. And then there's one coming up where I think we went up. There we go. If minecart is figured out, Taz has no problem with the minecart anymore. Snowboarding's another story. Oh, we can pick up the fish as we go over it. Considering the nature of this game, I kind of figured that we would probably, like, slip on it or something. But no, they are actually being nice by giving you health ups. Oh, that Taz. And now there's a giant fan. Thank you. Blew the snow off of us. But that also makes this an automatic scroller, because that fan is incredibly powerful and is continuing to blow us. That's all for that sentence. Yeah, and then Taz froze to death. Touching the penguins hurt us. I tried to press down to get the fish, did not happen. Well, using the tornado is a kind of a dangerous proposition, it seems. Sega! Yay! Level 1 done again. I was too late. I was too late with the button. There's something that didn't occur to me that maybe a safety concern that I maybe should have thought about before I started playing this. Is this one of those haunted games I've heard so much about? The game, you know, the type of game where you keep playing it and, like, you try to throw it out and it keeps coming back. Oh, that was the one I needed to go on. I missed it. Then eventually Taz starts talking to you, telling you that you have to escape, and then there's, like, you know, the hyper-realistic blood and guts starts appearing. And then, of course, eventually what happens is I get pulled into the game, and now I am in the minecart, forever having to press the button to attempt to not crash. Sometimes, you know, you have to consider these safety concerns before you get into playing a game. Didn't think about it, though. Didn't think about it. You know, I have to admit, if I had a Game Gear, and I put this game in, and I heard this, I would be worried that my Game Gear was broken. But, well, I didn't need to get that anyway. Alright, first part of this snow. First part done. Now it is time for Fan, which is being powered by, like that mouse was on a treadmill. That mouse is exhausting its little legs for the purpose of killing Taz. Such is its hatred for Taz. Right, I should not use the tornado to avoid being damaged by the penguins, because then I will go into the freezing water where Taz will meet his demise. Oh. You can power your way out of the ice cube with the tornado? Apparently you can. It doesn't work too well. And I'm out of health, so I can't now. Say, It says that Taz is searching for lost seabirds. Is there a story to this? Because I have not noticed one. Well, I mean, there is the story that I've seen is that a mouse is attempting to murder Taz, probably because of past sins. I would assume. But that title screen says Taz is looking for lost seabirds, and that really has not come up so far in this game. I didn't eat the bottle in time. Like, that is a bottle of water, right? He's just eating it? I don't know what else it would be. Jump? I'm glad that, despite Taz's chaotic nature, he understands that when riding in a minecart, you really should wear a helmet. Safety first. Do you think that if you were a child, and if you were a fan of Taz, and because you were such a fan, you asked your parents to get you this game, and they did, do you think that... Oh. Didn't release the button in time. Do you think that perhaps this would be enough to make you not a fan of Taz anymore? Because your child brain would recognize that your fandom of this character has only done you wrong, has only brought harm to you. You wanted... Your parents said they would get you a video game, and of all the choices available, this was the one you picked because of your fandom. And so now you have to make the hard choice. You have to have a deep search of the soul to realize that you're only harming yourself by being a fan of this character. But maybe that is maybe that's an important lesson to learn. A lesson that all children should learn at some point is that your heroes will let you down. Your heroes will betray you. And if the way you learn that is from Taz-Mania for Game Gear, hey, maybe that's not too bad. Right, those are trees in the way. Alright, do not use tornado. Just tank penguin damage. Try to get fish. Which it's not always working here on the ice, it seems. Okay, I pressed down to pick up fish and didn't happen. Maybe I need to press down and a button? Well, that's too far to get it. I got iced. Come on, Taz, you can do it. Actually, I don't actually believe you can do it. But it's a thing you say. It's a thing that you say to encourage people that they can do it, even if they can't. Even if they can't. Taz tries so hard to avoid freezing to death, but he cannot. You cannot escape your icy tomb, Taz. Who are you to escape God's judgment? Do you think you're better? Does Taz deserve special treatment? We all have to face judgment at some point, Taz, and maybe this is yours. And despite what Taz wants, which I guess is to eat that egg, that's what it says on the game over screen. He wants to eat an egg. Sega! Maybe this is your day of judgment, Taz. And Pac-Man thought he had it hard when he had to find milk for his child. That was just a lazy day in town compared to the ice hell that Taz has to endure. Taz and Pac-Man, fairly similar characters. They both have enormous mouths and love to eat people. If Taz and Pac-Man attempted to eat each other, who would win? Who would be able to eat the other first? Now, that's a battle. That's a fight I would want to know the answer to. That should be on Death Battle, and it should be rendered in an extremely realistic and gory animation. When I say realistic and gory, I'm talking about practical effects. Is Tom Savini doing anything these days? Is he still alive? If he is, get him on that, on making some practical effects for a Pac-Man and Taz death battle, where they attempt to eat each other. Oh, I should not have jumped over the fish. That's what I always say. You should not jump over the fish. It's a life lesson, but we made it to the end of that anyway. It's so hard to figure out when you should be pressing buttons. Oh, there we go, ate the fish. To actually jump when you're you're frozen and you're tornadoing out of it. It's so hard. The timing. Because it's not just tornadoing, you have to tornado and then jump to get out of the water. And it's unclear about when exactly you press that jump button as you're pressing the tornado button. Oh, thank Christ. But Taz has nothing to thank about. He has nothing to thank about. Taz is still stuck in ice hell. Of course that hurts us. I'm assuming that thing on the ground hurts us. It looks like there's like a button. Oh no. Should I tornado him? Is this a boss fight? Oh, should I get him to, like, walk under these things? Okay, no, it's not a button. It's not. Do you walk forward? You walk forward and then back. Doesn't seem like you're walking... Okay, tornadoing into him hurts. Oh, no, and he's coming forward. He's coming forward. Should I tornado into the spikes to knock him over? Well, I can't tornado now because I have no health. Can I, like, jump on his head? I can't... I don't think I can get on his head. I feel like we want to try to get the stalactites to fall on him. Can I tornado into the stalactites? No, I can't get high. No, I can get high. Oh, is that like a trampoline or something? Am I like jumping higher when I jump on that? No? Well, oh wait, if I can jump high, can I get on his head? I don't think I can get on his head. Well, I can't leave the screen. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. It's very dramatic music. Can I get... It seems like I get stopped. I'm trying to go over him. It doesn't seem like that's happening. So Taz does not have many abilities. He can jump and he can tornado. Beep, 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 beep. We can pause. Nothing there. Tornadoing into him doesn't hurt him. Can I tornado him in the face? Is there like precision tornadoing that's needed? Doesn't seem like you can push him all the way off the screen. You hurt yourself on the stalactites. I tried tornadoing into the stalactite to try to knock it down. It didn't seem like that did anything. So what else is there to do? Maybe I... Oh, wait, what was that? Okay, there's like a... On these holes, if I tornado over them... Well, I can't because I have no health now. It seemed like if I tornadoed over the hole, fire exploded out of it, which hurt the boss. Hang on. I'm not sure what the premise is there. Am I using the tornado to sort of suck up the air? To, like, pull up the fire? I mean, that's not really how anything works, but... You know, a concept that always seemed kind of funny to me was the idea of parents attempting to return a game on the premise that it's bad, so that means it's defective. But, like, in this game, there would be a point to that, I think. I think that if a parent returned this and said, the game's broken, like, oh, yeah. I mean, I can't really disagree with you. Like, this is the game as shipped, but, yes, the game is broken. You know, I asked before, would a child who was a fan of Taz become not a fan of Taz because of this game? And I have to say, probably not. That's probably not how it would go. And the reason I say that is because it just occurred to me that the first time I ever played a game as a child where I conceived that the game was actually bad, because when you're a kid, you don't really think about that. You don't really think about this as a bad game. When you're that young, you eventually get to a point where you can start to perceive the idea that a video game is bad. And I should have gotten that. And I believe that the first time that happened with me was with X-Men on the NES. And I was an X-Men fan. I liked X-Men. And X-Men on the NES didn't make me not like X-Men. But that was probably the first time that I played a game and said, yeah, this is a video game and it's also bad. How can such a thing be? I still think X-Men on the NES still stands as one of the very worst games I've ever played. Quite a high bar. All these years later. You know, it just occurred to me, do you think the reason the audio in this game sounds so bad is because it's a warning to try to warn you off from playing this? Like, maybe that's by design. Like how in nature, like a poisonous snake might be bright colors to let everyone know it's poisonous, right? Maybe that's the reason this game sounds the way it is. Ugh. Can I get that? No. So what happens in parts like that is, yep, I'm like below the platform, so as I'm trying to jump up, I'm hitting the platform and going back into the water. If you're wondering what exactly is happening in that part. No, I wanted to get the fish, not use the tornado. Sega! And imagine you are a parent. You've gotten your child a Game Gear. You've given the child this game because you're going on a long car trip, like maybe on a vacation or some such. And it's going to be a while. You're going to be in the car for like a number of hours all day. And so you give the child the Game Gear. He puts on maybe like earphones, so you can't hear what's going on. And maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe you're driving for 8 hours or something. And then you get to a place to spend the night, and then you see how the kid's doing, and he's just staring forward off into space. You ask him what's wrong. But you know from his expression, you know what's wrong. You know he's seen it. He's now seen everything. He's seen beyond the veil. He's seen into the depths of the cruelty that humanity is capable of. He has seen things that were supposed to be good and pure turned corrupted and foul. You didn't know. You just didn't know. That was close. Taz narrowly escaping his death. You can't escape it forever, Taz. After the car trip, which has now become known as the Taz-Mania incident, your child starts drawing disturbing drawings, whereas before they were all sunshine and blue skies, houses with happy families standing in front of him. Now he just scribbles red and black lines all over the page. And when you ask him what's that supposed to be, he tells you it's the future. He does not elaborate. Of course. I wonder if I'm not picking up the fish because getting hit on the same frame prevents that interaction? I'm unsure. This environment feels like it's custom made to murder Taz. Is the egg that worth it, Taz? Is it really that worth it to you? Do you hunger that much for this seabird egg? I assume that's the seabird he's looking for. Because I don't see anything else here that references that. Oh. Is it worth that much to you? Boo! Game over. Well, it's just about an hour now, and we have not made it halfway through Taz-Mania for Game Gear, because you can see how long the game is. We have not filled in half of these blocks yet. We're like a little under that. I assume that if I killed that snowman, then that would go on to the next level, and that would be the halfway point of the game. And we figured out probably how to do that, which was to do a tornado over those holes in the ground, which like pulls up a flame for some reason. And you gotta do it while the snowman is standing over it, so it burns him, and then we would move on to another environment, whatever that might be. Taz exploring the world, attempting to find this egg because he hungers for it. He needs to eat it so bad. And he will brave whatever dangers he has to get to that point. But the main question, of course, is not what will Taz do in order to get that egg, but how does AI-generated rock feel about Taz-Mania for Game Gear? What sort of facial expression do you think would really capture his emotion here? I'm just looking through my list of rocks, thinking about which of these might really get across the feeling of emotion. All right, I might say it's this one. I feel that facial expression really captures the feeling of confusion and bafflement and anxiety of playing Taz-Mania for Game Gear. Wondering, how did such a thing happen? How was such a thing birthed into the world? And realizing that this game proves that time travel is something that will never come into existence, because clearly if it ever does, someone would have made this game not happen. It's interesting when you can realize that you can see the limits, when something like this lets you see the limits of human potential. You see the big picture of the fact that this exists. What does that mean about humanity, our future, our potential, and the human condition? It sheds some light on a number of things. That's what AI-generated rock is feeling right now. That's what he's feeling. That's what we're all feeling. That's our tryout of Taz-Mania for the Sega Game Gear.